my storage was full, so my video stopped. Um, anyways, I think anybody with common sense gets the point. You're out working all day, and you're lifting all day. You've had 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 clients before this last one. You're not easy breezy blowing in off the street or out of the office or whatever, and you're going and lifting a client. Oh, this is easy. I don't know what the problem is. And I'm sorry, she's very nice. It's just common sense. You haven't been out working all day. You haven't lifted yesterday, this morning, this afternoon, tonight, tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night. And I was up Friday evening, Friday morning, Saturday night. I used to go out Sunday morning too, and this is why I've had to stop. So when they go in there and they go, oh, this is so easy. No, this is one reason why I've had to take Sunday mornings off and why I'm laying here now, hoping to goodness that my arm will recuperate, putting the heating pad on my back, and taking muscle relaxants because, well, I didn't, but because I don't like taking pills. But, oh, okay, fine. So I'm laying here in pain is why most, I would imagine, every PSW out there is laying there in pain because we've been lifting and turning and rolling and helping up and helping down and pants up, pants down, working in extremely little tiny cramped places, bending down, trying to wash people. And I'm not being rude, but some people are very, very, very heavy. And when they're standing in a bathroom, the bathroom's very tiny, and you're trying to wash them. You're trying to get around them. They're fleshy. I'm trying to be polite because I don't mean to be mean. I'm not being mean. I'm talking about practicality. You're trying to, get into places and they're very fleshy and they're very large and they cannot stand very well and they're hanging on. And you're trying your best to get a soapy washcloth in there, and then you have to rinse and you're down on your knees and your hands and you're trying to help if you can to support them in some ways, and you're trying to be careful so you don't knock them over because they're unsteady, and then trying to get the pants down and over the waist, and a lot of them wear clothes that are too small, and then they have a lot of rolls and you're trying to work these pants down. You can't get around them because there's a toilet here and the wall's here and the tub is there, and they're taking up the whole space between the toilet and that wall. And a lot of times they have their hands on the towel bar on the wall, the toilet's behind them, and you can't get past them. The toilet's there, they're there taking up the whole rest of the space, and the wall's there. So you're reaching around trying to pull the other side down, and when they have, a big roll of a stomach, and they have rolls on the side, and then the legs are wide at the top, and you're trying to reach around them to pull down their pants that are elasticized at the top, have elastics at the top, and their Depends and or product, and you do that 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 times, and you're trying to get those pants down. You're pulling, and you're down on your knees now, and you're pulling, and you're pulling, you're reaching across, reaching the other side. You got to get up. You got to go around and pull at the back, and you got to bend over. The toilet's right there, and your knuckles are hitting the toilet as you're trying to pull the pants down. And then they sit down, and then you got to get their slippers off. You're down on the floor, and you're getting your slippers off, and then you got to get the pants off, then you have to get the Depends off, and set the slippers to the side, stand up, fold up the pants, put the Depends in the garbage, and then, then you're bending over. They're sitting on the toilet, and you're bending over because now you got to get the back of their shirt. Now the sink, say, is right there. That counter is right there. It goes right over to the toilet. So now this person's fairly large. You're bending. The counter's on your left, You're bending over top of them, and you're trying to reach the back of their shirt, trying to get it up again. They can't lift and move and lift their arms in the air for you and stuff. You usually have to lean across and over, or try to get, since they're sitting down, try to get over their feet around to the other side and try to work that sweater off the one arm. And usually I step back and over and around and try to work it off the other arm, because a lot of those sweaters have very tight necks. So now you're bent over trying to work it off over the ears, over this ear, over the nose, because you don't take their ears and nose off. And so it's a slow go. And sometimes those sweaters are turtleneck or they're tight, and you're trying to be so careful. Meanwhile, you're bent over someone sitting on a toilet. And then, of course, you go through the process of when you wash them, and you're bending down and everything else, helping them get up off the toilet. And then they sit back down, and, well, sometimes we start the product in the pants first. It just kind of depends. Some don't want to do that. They want to sit down after they're washed and then have you put the product and pants on. So they're sitting down again. Now you're down there on the floor again. And, a lot of these people, they can't just lift their foot for you to slip the Depends on their foot. And a lot of people's feet are extremely, extremely swollen. Some of their feet are just like distorted, like they're swollen and great humpy, lumpy bumps of swelling, and a lot of their legs are too. A lot of them are very sore too. You're not just pulling that thing on. You're being very careful. Now you're down there, and they might be able to get their foot this far off the floor, and you're working their pants. You're down there on the floor, and you're trying to work their pants, the elastic, and then the pant leg up their pants. Then get them back up. Now again, you can't just walk around them with free flowing. You're trying to get them dressed, and they usually have the heat. Well, they always have the heat turned up in the house, and a lot of them have a heater also in the bathroom, and they close the door to keep the heat of the bathroom in. So now you're soaked in sweat. My glasses, they're like dangling off my nose. They're hanging down off my face, or sliding off my face, or I'm sweating. I've got sweat rolling down on my eyes. I've got sweat rolling off my nose. I am soaked. I just totally soaked. Yesterday, I went through 2 PSW tops because it's totally soaked. Friday, I would not wear my top I wore Friday without washing it again. There's no way. The house was turned up, the heater was on in the bathroom. Then she had a bath, and 'cause she had a power chair to go down the tub, and again, very nice people. But the bathroom was a sauna because they're elderly and they're cold. And I was drenched, absolutely soaked with sweat, from head to toe, drenched in sweat. I was sweating so bad. And you do start to get a little dizzy. You do. You feel a little bit woozy, a little sick. You walk in some of their houses, and there's like a blast furnace. As soon as you walk in their house, and you're all bundled up because you're outside and it's cold. And you walk in, you go, wow. and I know they're cold. But anyway, so we go through all this. Then at 9 o'clock at night, we're going to try to pick up this lady and pull her back into her seat. We're not just walking in there after nothing else and pulling her back in her seat. Our backs are killing us. We're tired. We're ready to go home to bed. We've been out driving around in the cold from one client to another for hours. We hurt. And I think if she asked me, I'm sorry. No, she's nice, but I just look at her and go, really? I have to sit and explain all this to you? Anybody does? That you can't see this? This is why there's a problem. And then the client's going, well, she can't see why the girls are having a problem. Okay, maybe she wasn't able to figure out why we're having a problem. Are you telling me that you also can't realize that it's almost 10 o'clock at night and we've been out working every day and you can't see why we have a problem too? Oh, wow. I don't know, human understanding, compassion's gone right down the hill. Anyways, I'm going